Well, coming into March 1997, WCW put on a show the fans would come to really love for the aesthetic value of it. WCW Spring Breakout at Club La Vila. These were the episodes of Nitro where the ring was actually set up in a swimming pool at an outdoor nightclub surrounded by a bunch of drunk college kids. And
I
reportedly,
remember it well.
do you really?
Yeah. Well, I remember the location, and oh my gosh, it's kind of like, the atmosphere was great, but I mean, it was just, uh, I don't know, just, for wrestling, I don't know. It didn't suit me.
Wrestling fans are conditioned to behave a particular way most of the time, boo the heels, cheer the baby faces, that sort of thing. When you get in front of like a bunch of drunk college students, I don't know if they're gonna help you enhance the storyline very much, right?
Yeah, correct.
This show at Club La Vila is really kind of notable because reportedly and pretty obviously, if you watch it back, it appears that a number of the wrestlers are really drunk during this situation because it's spring break in Panama City.
Yeah,
And man, the guys were kind of cutting loose. I know that your partying days were over or pretty much in the rear view by this point.
yeah. Oh yeah.
But rumor has it that a lot of the guys would be drinking ahead of the show and possibly hang out in Hogan's trailer and kind of soak up the atmosphere. At this point, by 1997, did that also mean? So obviously, you turned around the way that you were behaving on the road, but did that
Yeah,
also mean that you had stopped drinking?
pretty much. I mean, I'd still, have a beer or two, or what, you know. But yeah, by and large, all the partying and all the wild stuff, but that was gone. That was behind me big time.
Now and look, if you want me to cut this out of the podcast, I will. But just a general curiosity. I know that your drug use, you were never really into like marijuana or anything like that. I know that you had told me that you would experiment with stuff like speed or bennies as they call them.
Yeah.
Did you ever did you experiment with anything else?
And this was back, um, like when I first met Melanie, um, which was in '81, and I was in Atlanta, Georgia. It's kind of like, okay, cocaine.
Okay.
Now, I would do. I mean, it's like, and actually, before I went to Atlanta, uh, you know, uh, Junkyard Dog and I were very good friends, and JYD, he got to where he would, he was doing got a pretty good habit of cocaine going on.
Yes.
I even tried to, at one point, say, "Hey, man," he said, "you're hitting it too hard." And then I just finally realized, I was gonna, you know, but to say that, yeah, I mean, I did some coke. I mean, and the thing about it for me, it wasn't something I would, and I didn't sit around and do cocaine all day. I would, what it was for me was, well, it was a stimulant. And so if I'm making a long road, I got to hike and I'm going to be up to 2 or 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning driving, I would take a couple snorts of coke, and I was wide eyed, bushy tail. Never got big into it. Never like, oh my gosh, I'm a habitual coke. It was very rare, and like anything else. I mean, I was just, I had a mother. My mother was an alcoholic,
Mm.
and I didn't want to, I didn't want to follow, I am an alcoholic drug addict. So they actually say it skips a generation. I don't know. But by the grace of God, I wasn't. I was never addicted to any alcohol or beer, whatever. Nothing. But I would, like, again, even like with the what they called bennies, it was some kind of speed. But these pills, when you take the pill, and you're wide eyed until you need it. I mean, truck drivers would take that stuff all the time.
Right.
So
So
Anyway,
okay, so yeah, so using coke, it was never really a habit. It was more like it was like a function of being on the road, which happened to be recreational sometimes.
yeah,
I got
yeah.
you. Okay.